first recap the Hot Garbage Sports League, the Tournament of Champions. Today we're just going to be taking a look at how the preseason power rankings shook out after week one. Going to highlight a couple of the games of the week and a few notes on personnel that we saw after 1 week of play. So going down through the scores, we had the Green Bay Packers ranked 28th, upset the 23rd ranked Chicago Bears 38-9. We had Los Angeles Rams ranked 24, take an L to the 10th ranked Carolina Panthers 7-40. Washington Redskins beat the Philadelphia Eagles 26-22. Washington was ranked 5, Philly was 6, so lived up to the billing there with those roster ranks. We had the Buffalo Bills put the smackdown on the New York Jets 38-6. A little bit of an upset there, but pretty closely ranked. The Bills are ranked 19, the Jets are ranked 14. The Falcons, ranked number 18, beat the Minnesota Vikings, ranked 22nd, 31-14. The Baltimore Ravens, major upset here, got smacked down by the Miami Dolphins, who were ranked 32nd. Baltimore is ranked 7th, 54-19. Major upset there. Based on the roster strength. And that's one of our own too. That's one of the Hot Garbage members there, and Chris Brown controlling the Baltimore Ravens. So
sorry, he'll bounce back.
Yeah, not a good look for us.
Not
Chris.
a good look.
It's week one.
Week one, he'll figure it out. I believe he's got Jameis at quarterback, I think, because Jameis is going to get that LASIK eye surgery in week 2. And
no way you can go 8 picks.
Yeah, there's no way you can throw 8 picks.
8 picks. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. Classic Jameis.
Quite a
30 for 30, man. All right, so we had Kansas City and Jacksonville square off. Kansas City was ranked 17. Jacksonville was ranked 13. Worked out to be pretty close there. So it was 20-17 in favor of the Chiefs.
Yeah, good matchup.
Yep, good matchup. The Indianapolis Colts were ranked 30th, and they played the number 1 seed Los Angeles Chargers. They smacked them down. The Colts smacked down the number 1 seed 30-3.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the bottom of the barrel, reaching up to the top and dragging them down there with them. So I think we're going to see a major shakeup with the Chargers ranking going into week 2. The Cincinnati Bengals ranked 16, lost to the Seattle Seahawks ranked 9.
Of course they did.
12-25. Yep. Yeah, well done. The 25 ranked San Francisco 49ers took a big L to the 15th ranked Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 6-42.
Jeez.
The New York Giants were ranked 31. They had a relatively close ranked opponent, and the Dallas Cowboys are ranked 26, and it turned out to be a pretty close game, 14-17. 27th ranked Detroit faced off against yours truly, the Arizona Cardinals, and I was ranked 8th. Kept it a little closer than we would have liked to, but it ended up being 22-23 in favor of Arizona.
That was a great game. I just want to say
it was an eventful game. It was an eventful game.
That was a crazy game.
It was late at night. It was after the draft, and I had a rough start, but then
what a roller coaster of emotions, man.
Yeah, let me smang at 420. The Detroit owner did a great job of blowing the game and giving it to me, so I appreciate that.
Take what you can get.
Oh man.
The 29th ranked Pittsburgh Steelers faced off against the 11th ranked New England Patriots. Turned out how we about expected. It was 21-37 in favor of New England. 12th ranked Houston Texans played the 21 ranked New Orleans Saints, and they lost 21-49 in favor of the Saints. And then the number 2 ranked Denver Broncos beat the number 3 ranked Oakland Raiders 20-6.
Ooh,
Sir,
spanking.
sir.
Yeah. So that was kind of our week, and I want to take a look at a couple of the games of the week here.
But just for I know power rankings are getting updated, but
yeah,
does that move the Broncos to number 1
Ooh.
first in the power rankings?
I mean, it just
Their very
might.
own decks.
It just might.
It's too early to say.
I mean, number 2 beat number
But
3.
I think
Yeah.
they have to be, right?
I think they have to be.
So, Dex Homer, go ahead. Tell
How's it
all the
feel?
folks at home. Yeah. How's it feel?
Victory speech.
Come on, feels good, man.
Straws, go ahead and mute the feed here so
Dude,
you're
you
not
gotta
hearing
talk
all
some
this.
shit, Dex. You gotta talk some shit.
I don't want
bro.
you to relive the moment. It's a little painful, I'm sure.
It feels
I've
good,
been
man.
reliving it for 3 days now.
I think
week two's open.
I think it's definitely a little early to, kind of, be that top
Fuck
dog
that,
yet.
man. I don't think it's early, dude. I think you deserve it.
Well, I don't
Stop
know.
being so humble.
Come on, Dex.
That was
You're the
real.
best Madden player I've ever seen,
Why
man.
don't you
That was
just
a real
shine
football
like a
guy
star,
answer.
Dex?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I'll step into that number 1 slot. I'll
Fine. Go
I'll
ahead.
pin down
Go
with
ahead.
it.
Thank God. Thank your family. Thank your agent. Thank your coach.
Just looking forward to next week. Just preparing for next week.
Run
We're
down
playing
the
the
list.
Bears. Playing the Bears actually next week, and I think they just got smacked by
The Packers. They got
Yeah.
smacked by the Packers.
They
Yep.
got smacked
So
by
you're
the
planning
Packers.
on holding on to that number 1 spot.
Yeah, you think you're going to hold
I
it for
think-
a couple weeks, huh?
We're gonna hold it down for at least a few weeks. So.
At least through week 2. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you who's probably going to be our biggest mover. Any guesses out there who the biggest mover is? Well, I think
God.
two of the biggest movers.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
the Dolphins, man.
Dolphins definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yes.
take a stab in the dark here and say the number 32 Miami Dolphins might move up a little bit.
Yeah, they put up a 50 burger, dude. 50 burger on the Ravens.
What were the Ravens ranked?
7th.
7, yeah, that's huge,
Oh
man.
man.
And I've played Chris just messing around, friendly match, and he beat me like 50-19. So it's not looking good. I'm a little worried.
Oh my god.
Oh my
This guy's a
goodness.
god, dude.
I'm a little worried, man. Does that mean the Miami
Jesus.
Dolphins put up 100 on me? I don't know. You tell me.
Week 1
The math works
overreaction.
out, dude.
Wow.
He's got people shook.
Yeah, the league is put on notice, man. He put the whole league on notice.
They're definitely in the top 10 now for sure.
Oh, for sure. I think.
Oh, yeah, easy. Probably top 5,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, their roster isn't the best, but man, they got it done. I think Odell Beckham had 4 touchdowns, something like
Oh
that.
my
So
God.
Yeah, he just straight burned him with the
yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at that game right now.
pull that up.
Talk about some of the stats here. So I'm looking at the box score right now, and yards gained. Miami gained 406 yards. 336 of those were passing. They didn't allow the Ravens to go over. Well, they put up 252 yards. The Ravens did of offense. First downs were pretty even. The Ravens actually had 15 first downs to the Miami 14. So that's a little surprising there.
Miami's a big play guy.
Yeah, and
Big play guy. Just like the Oregon Ducks back
Is it
in,
turnovers like the
2011.
thing?
dude, this game is a weird thing to look at. I don't know how the score got so out of hand. Looking at the box score, total yards gained, Baltimore 450 to Miami's 434.
What the heck?
Should
Yeah.
take a look at the
How many
turnover,
turnovers, right?
ratio.
See, and that's what we're going to next. Is turnovers are 8-6.
Oh my! What the heck?
Wow, that is very close in every stat. That's crazy.
Yeah. So the box score.
Yeah, wow.
So now once we're
Must
getting
have been
down
that red
to
zone.
the red zone percentage.
Yeah.
In the red
It's
zone.
gotta be.
Baltimore only converted on 50% of their red zone opportunities, while the Miami Dolphins converted on 100% of their red zone.
Wow!
God.
Wow!
Yikes.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Who are the
Yeah.
Dolphins slinging at quarterback?
Yeah, Derek Carr.
They've got Derek Carr.
Get it done.
He's not even that mobile either.
Derek Carr.
Dang,
He
wow.
must have gotten some sort of energy drink from Hot Topic.
Yeah.
I don't know. What kinds of
Something,
things?
Man,
He did his
Hey,
eyeliner
he can-
very well that day.
Yeah, he was feeling himself. Got some cool stickers for his binder. Yeah, Carr threw for 373, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he
Oh,
took
he threw 4.
I
Though.
saw
yeah,
that. Wow.
he took 5 sacks though.
Wow.
Yeah, but 107.2 quarterback rating.
Damn. Carr lit it up.
How many
yeah.
times did he throw the ball?
Not quite.
Like 50?
Not quite perfect, but
He threw the ball
Probably like 45 times at least.
33.
Oh wow.
He was 23 for 33.
All right.
So that's something
Still
I
good.
like. I think we kind of hit the nail on the head with the game time, 7-minute quarters.
Oh yeah.
These stats are pretty realistic. I mean,
Yeah, they
outside
are.
of all the interceptions,
Yeah.
but
Jameis stats.
yeah,
Every week.
seriously. So Odell Beckham had he's got to be the player of the game here. I think he had 6 receptions, 174 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Big day.
it's
Pretty
nice.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a
then
lot of fantasy
offensive,
points.
offensive
player of the
MVP
week.
front runner.
Yeah. Defensively, I think we got to look at who led
getting
in
all those picks.
interceptions.
Yeah.
Denzel Ward had himself a game. He had just 3 tackles, but 3 interceptions
Ooh.
for 71 yards and 2 pass breakups
Damn.
and no touchdowns though. So that was our upset of the week. Miami will definitely be moving up the board. Baltimore is on their way down. Hopefully they can bounce back. I think the Cardinals, we play Baltimore this week, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a showdown.
Yeah, and I say we take a look at our. I got my train going by right now. That's something that happens where I live here. So I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Oh, we can do
Oh,
it.
yeah,
We can hear
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah, choo choo, baby. But we got this.
Damn, you corny.
We got this
I like it.
game of
I
the
like it.
week here. I don't know. Who you guys think game of the week? You got some nominations out there?
Well, the
Um,
one game I caught at the
Mhm.
very end was this. What was it? The Steelers? No. It was the.
You tell me, man. Philly,
Philly
Eagles,
Redskins?
Philly
bro,
Redskins?
Yeah,
Eagles,
Philly.
I think
Redskins.
everyone
Philly,
kind of
Philly,
tuned in
I'm
on that one.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
They had the primetime slot.
Yeah, it was the Philly Redskins matchup, and boy,
Yeah.
it was a doozy.
Yeah, that one was a real thriller. Came down to the wire. Washington ended up squeaking it out, 26-22, and I don't know. You guys saw the game. I didn't really get to see it. What
I
happened down the
believe the
stretch
Eagles
there?
had the lead like late and could have just ran the clock out.
Yeah, and
He
he
ended
threw
up-
it the whole possession. I think he threw the ball.
Yeah,
that
he
last
just would
possession.
not stop throwing, and then he ran out.
Then he
of
ran out of
bounds.
bounds.
And
He ran out
Oh.
of bounds. And the guy had 1 timeout left, and he ran out of bounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
he definitely
no.
could have just iced the game. It was over. It
Yeah.
was like legit over. Like take the dub, and he just fucked it up.
In the words
Nick-
of
Oh god.
Zachary Strasbaugh here,
I don't think Nick Foles would have ran out of bounds though if he. had
you
Nick
hate
Foles.
to see it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hate to see it.
It was wild. It was really entertaining though.
You
Oh,
hate to
man.
see it.
It
Yeah.
made
So-
for great Twitch TV.
Yeah,
It really was.
and that's what we're here for. Really, at the end of the day, it's all about the Twitch.
It was
Twitch
very
stream.
entertaining.
Yep, we're here for entertainment value. So I've got the box score pulled up here, and the box score is just as close as the final suggests. Washington total yards gained was 455 to 390 for Philly, but offensively they threw for 243. Philly threw for 158. They both rushed for over 150. Washington had 153. Philly had 171. So some balanced offenses out there.
Did you check Michael Thomas's stats? Because from when I was watching, he was just making crazy catches.
just going nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So turnovers were 4-5 in favor. Well, Washington had 4. and Philly had 5.
There
So
was one late that sealed the game for Washington. It was
they get an interception, or what
it
was
was
that?
a beautiful thing to watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe they got an interception down late, and then brought it into field goal range. Field goal range didn't matter. He ended up running it and winning the game.
Yeah.
I hate to see
At the
it.
very end, yeah.
So red zone percentage again. This seems to be the story of the league in week 1 was who can convert. It's huge, right? I mean, real
it's
football.
hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to score inside the 5.
Yeah, it's a hard
really
part of the
is.
game for
It
sure.
is. It's difficult. But surprisingly, Washington only converted on 50% of their red zone opportunities, and Philly converted on 100. They just weren't getting there.
Damn.
And then time of possession, pretty even, but Washington had the ball for 2 more minutes than
Oh wow.
Philly. So taking a look at the player stats here, Trubisky had a 90.1 passer rating, something we haven't seen since 2018.
Yeah,
And
At least.
he threw, though. He stayed true to his character. He was pretty Trubisky-esque. He threw 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
It's a classic Trubisky stat line. I
Did he
think.
get any work
Totally.
done with his legs or what?
Let's take a look. 2 rushes for 17 yards, not much.
Whack.
But Jacoby Brissett was in there. He was trying, man, but looked like he wasn't getting much help. He had a 60.8 passer rating for 163 yards, 2 tubs, 4 interceptions, but only took 2 sacks.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't throwing a ton, either of these guys. Rushing leader of the game's Todd Gurley II. He ran for
Gurley had a good game.
92 yards on 16 carries.
I believe he scored
Solid.
a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, very
5.8 average, 1 touchdown. I'll tell you who needed to get the ball more. I'm looking at it right now. Is Theo Riddick. He had 3 carries for 83 yards. That's 27.7 a carry and 1 rushing touchdown. So get that guy the
Fantasy
ball.
owners nationwide
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy Theo Riddick. Yeah, this is like a New England Patriots situation, right? You got a guy who's just balling out, but they're not going to give him the ball.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess that's pretty
Just Thompson.
stereotypical of the Eagles, right? They
Yeah,
always
that
have
is the
a
Eagles, too.
backfield committee of just
Very,
like
very
3
frustrating
dudes.
as a Miles Sanders owner in the
Oh,
early part
man.
of the season.
The
yes.
worst.
Yeah.
Early part
All
of the
right,
season
Eric.
is the worst.
So here's your request, Eric. We got Michael Thomas.
I don't know if the stats were insane, but he made 2 catches that I saw that were just ridiculous.
Well,
Like
let
just
me
double
tell you,
coverage and just went nuts.
his stats were 7 receptions for 212 yards,
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
yeah, he
That's-
balled out.
30.3 of reception.
So this guy just chucked it to Michael Thomas when he was like 3rd and 15 or something,
Yeah.
and he just would catch it every time.
Dude, why not? That guy's
Yeah.
like a 99 overall.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
Yes, I
monster.
think he has a 99 catch
Just
rating.
jump ball in
Yeah.
like 3 defenders. Like it
He
was
never
nuts.
drops the ball.
Yeah.
So he had 212 yards, man, 1 touchdown. The next highest single receiver for yardage total in the game, not just for the Redskins, was Seth Roberts, who had 2 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. So there's spreading the ball around, but not a
Yeah.
lot of completions, just as a whole. Defensively, we take a look here at sacks. Was there a sack daddy? Cameron Jordan got himself 3. He went for the turkey.
It's pretty
And
nice.
that helps, right? But he plays for the Eagles, by the way. And interceptions, Malcolm Jenkins had 2 picks for Philly, and Sherrick McManus had 2 interceptions as well. So
Shrek McManus? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Brandon
Who
McManus'
dat?
brother?
I don't know, never heard of him. Free safety out of Northwestern in his 9th year out of Northwestern. So I guess the other game we can take a look at was I can obviously speak on it. Will be my own game. There's another squeaker.
I think
There's
that's actually my pick for game of the week, man. It came down to the wire.
Came down to the wire.
It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, and
it was messy but beautiful.
It was messy, man. The story of the game, which is how I built my team, was defense. You know, that's what we built, and that's what we did. So offensive yards gained. The Lions outgained the Cardinals 302 to 255. They stuffed straight Thanksgiving turkey, stuffed my run game. I had 4 yards rushing.
Yeah, you were
with Lamar Miller.
All big play.
And I was trying to get him the ball.
You got to make that backer.
I don't even know what that means, man. See, I'm commissioner first in this league, and I am a player coach second. So, not expecting much out of myself here in this league. But rush yards, he had 58 on the ground. I had 4 pass yards, 244 for the Lions to 251 for the Cardinals. First downs, he 11 for the Lions, 6 for the Cardinals. And then
the time of possession had to have gone his way too. Right?
Probably. We'll get there. Turnovers here. This is the story of the game. He had 7 turnovers. I only had 4. The Cardinals only had 4. So that might be the lowest. That's tied for the lowest out of our 3 games we've covered so far.
Yeah.
So, great conservative ball play from the Cardinals. Big Ben only threw 4 picks.
Yeah, only 4 picks.
Third down conversions were tied at 3. Fourth down conversions. This was big play. Antonio Brown. Did you see that one, Eric?
I did. That was
fourth down Antonio play.
Yeah, he just ran a streak and was wide.
Well, so what we saw, take it through the mind of the quarterback here. What we saw a man blitz scheme going on. He walked everyone up on the line. Safeties were rolled up in the box. Why? God only knows. And you think Antonio Brown's not going to beat some bum-ass corner out there wide off the line of scrimmage? I don't think so. So Antonio blew his man off the line. It was wide open, caught it.
And he was pressing you, right?
Yeah, he was pressing across the whole line. No safeties deep. It was insane,
dude.
Yeah. It's pretty late, so I don't know where his mind was at.
What was it, like 4th and 20, 4th and 15?
It was like 4th and 15, I think.
Yeah, that's reckless, dude. Reckless.
And he pretty much had the game, though. Like, if I didn't get that conversion, he pretty much had the game.
Chris,
that was a huge momentum changer.
That was my 4th quarter touchdown, I believe. That was the only touchdown of the 4th quarter, and that sealed it for me. So both of us were 100% on our red zone conversions. I had 2 red zone touchdowns. He had 1. So we just didn't let him in the red zone. That staunchy D, dude. And then time of possession was only the Lions only had the ball 30 more seconds than the Cardinals.
Pretty even game.
Oh wow, that was very
pretty even game. So this is the true narrative here. Looking at Andrew Luck's stat line. So he was 88 overall passer rating with 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
7, wow.
God.
And 6.
How do you throw 7 picks?
Yeah.
He's throwing the same routes from what I was
Let me tell you how many sacks here. So you can see it on the camera. Just tell me when to stop. I'm out of fingers. I need one more. There's 6 sacks, baby. Andrew Luck was sacked 6 times. Big Ben only took 2 sacks.
Yeah, that late sack at the end really sealed the deal for you. Yeah,
totally sealed it, man. He had the game. Luck.
He was in field goal position, and you just sacked him. Yeah,
it's what we've come to expect out of Andrew Luck over the years. You know,
he's for sure retiring again.
Yeah, he's a big crybaby.
Did JJ get a sack?
Yeah, JJ had a couple sacks, and then I traded his
you
ass,
got rid
dude.
of him? What
Yeah.
are you
Damn,
doing?
dude.
What
Yeah.
are you
Dude.
doing?
Dude, it was a great trade, though. It was
You
a
did get
2
some
for
good
1.
pieces, though, man. You got good pieces.
So I went from a 97, or no, it was 2 for 2. So I went from a 97 left end in JJ Watt, traded JJ Watt for Joey Bosa, 92 left end, who's a little bit faster of a rusher because I have Cameron Hayward, who's also a power rusher. He's a bull rusher guy. So I wanted a little speed on the line, you know?
Yeah.
And then I traded straight up, what's that dude's name? The Jamison Crowder, for DJ Moore, straight up. Who's DJ Moore is an 85 with 93 speed, and Jamison Crowder is an 80 overall with like a 90 speed or maybe 92. But
DJ Moore's really
Jones.
reliable too, man. He's
yeah,
good.
yeah, it was a great trade. So I want to thank the Kansas City Chiefs for that one. I don't know if Bill O'Brien took over that team or what, but pretty happy
Bill
with how that
dumbass
turned out.
O'Brien.
Yeah. So back to the stats here. Kerryon Johnson had 16 carries for 58 yards. Lamar Miller 11 for 3. Just straight getting
Oh my
stuffed.
god.
Jeez.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
like negative
Wow.
Yep.
Carry on.
Our spiritual leader, he leads the team in meditations twice a week, and talks about centering your balance regularly in the locker room. Just brings a ton of maturity. Antonio Brown had himself a game.
Yeah.
7 receptions, a hunt. Yeah, right. Bouncing back.
A
man.
real comeback story. You love to
Yep.
see it, man.
Yeah,
He
you
just-
do love to see it.
Yeah.
You can't live without Big Ben, man. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
start going
he's
fucking
nothing
crazy
without him.
without Ben, dude.
He needs a big
Yeah.
cheeseburger in his
Jelly.
life.
Yep.
He does need
Yep.
that cheeseburger. Can't be sad.
Yeah.
Ben's
big old-
his
That
handle.
tub
He needs the cheeseburger.
needs the tub.
The big old cheeseburger locker there, man. He just feeds Antonio. Antonio had himself.
Just holding Antonio like a little baby.
That's
Sprinkling
right.
cheeseburger.
He
Yeah.
baby birds, dude. He baby birds. He chooses burgers
Yeah, the baby bird.
in his mouth and just hand delivers it. So
love it.
Antonio had 7 receptions for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Damn, what a game.
His longest
Wow.
reception was 79 yards.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, Andrew Luck was spreading the ball around to his twin towers there. Both these guys over 6'4". Tyrell Williams, shout out to Western Oregon University, right? D2 guy. Tyrell Williams had 6 receptions for 121 yards and a touchdown. Kenny Galladay,
Decent. Yeah, that's good.
106 touchdowns. So
Nice.
both those guys had themselves a day. But
It's got a nice 1-2 punch.
we're gonna take it over to defense now, and I'll tell you who was nominated or who won the NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Oh, are the awards up?
They're up.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Eli Apple out of the Ohio State University had himself 8 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 sack, and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, 3 picks is nice. Damn, I was hoping Bobby was going to
Damn.
get it.
That's a stat line, baby. So, yeah, you got the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Lamar Jackson got Offensive Player of the Week. And that's where we're going to go next, I think. But I do want to take a look at the New England-Pittsburgh game. Did anyone catch that one?
I did
I
not.
did not.
No. So that was a pretty good game. Ended up being 37-21 in favor of New England. And I just think these guys both had some intriguing rosters, as New England was ranked 11 and Pittsburgh was ranked 29, but they're both kind of sneaky. So this game turned out offensive yards. Pittsburgh outgained New England by quite a bit, 433 to 368.
Damn, I'm playing that guy next week, too. For
Yeah,
next
Pittsburgh.
game. Yep.
Okay. So that would be
We'll bring-
Seattle versus Pittsburgh.
We'll bring those yards way down. So
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'd like to hear it. rush yards. This might be the tell-all here. New England put the ball on the ground for 107 yards rushing.
They had.
Ooh, that's good to
Zeke
hear
leading
because
the
I'm
way,
a run
right?
heavy team.
Yeah, they have Ezekiel Elliott. Yep.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh only ran for 25.
Oh,
Okay.
But Pittsburgh threw for 408.
okay.
And so they got
Damn.
a potent pass offense there. And New England threw for 261. First downs were fairly even, 17-14 in favor of Pittsburgh again. Then special teams wasn't much of a factor. Turnovers. This is it right here. New England didn't turn the ball over at all. 0 turnovers in the game. That's the lowest of the week. Pittsburgh Steelers had 3 turnovers. Red zone offense. New England again converted on all of their red zone opportunities with 3 touchdowns. The Steelers got there 4 times, but only converted on 2 of them. So that's a tough one to see. Tough pill to swallow. But time of possession, ooh, big disparity here. That fast-paced run and gun offense didn't get it done. So New England had the ball for nearly 18 minutes, 17:54 to the Steelers 10 minutes and 6 seconds. Josh Allen. Wow, this is pretty impressive. Josh Allen had a perfect game. 158.3 passer rating.
Ooh.
For those of you that don't know, that's perfect. That's the best you can do as a quarterback.
That's tied with Ryan Tannehill, just to let everyone know as well.
Okay.
This guy's play style sounds very similar. Stats are very similar to my game. So
playing conservative ball, it can pay off in leagues like this where you got some guys with some ego. Josh Allen threw for 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Nice.
He took 5 sacks, but I'd rather see a guy take the sack than throw the pick, right?
For sure.
Brandon Weller, our quarterback specialist here. What do you have to say on the matter?
Well, for one, Josh Allen's got an absolute cannon of an arm. So I think technically.
Well, hang on here. For the folks at home.
Let's
for the folks at home, can you give us a little backstory here? Can you tell us why you're our expert?
Well, I mean, just a little thing of losing my team to state as the quarterback of the Union Titans in high school.
Oh, yeah.
How many times?
That's all I got. Twice. I did it twice.
Woo!
How many did I win? I won 0. All right. I won 0.
How many picks did you throw in the state championship?
You set some records.
1,000. I
I believe he's a record holder.
I am the state championship record holder. Let that be known. Of interceptions thrown in a game. So I have something to say about throwing interceptions.
You're like Dan Orlovsky or whatever his name is. He's on.
Sure.
He's a commentator now. Yeah, he never really panned out. He was supposed to be this hotshot guy, but now he's up in the booth and he's killing it.
Yeah.
That's you.
You're still a hot shot
I
in my
had an
book, dude.
arm like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You're still my quarterback.
Instead of taking those sacks, I'd throw it straight out of the stadium.
But to back him up here, Weller also holds some school records for just unreal numbers of touchdowns and yards and
you
all that
visit
shit.
Union High School. Still,
His name
I'm not
is-
going to relive my glory days of 10 years ago.
Go ahead, man. Walk us down memory lane.
That's all right. I yield my time.
So yeah, back to you, back to our expert. We had, wow, what happened here? Oh, Blake Bortles got in the game. Okay. I was wondering why Blake Bortles is on the stat chart, but he's the backup for New England, and he did well.
He got some
Threw for 8 yards. 1 completion on 1 attempt for 8 yards. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's all you can ask out of Blake Bortles. Aaron Rodgers went out there. You know, it's kind of what we've come to expect out of Aaron Rodgers over the past couple of years, even when he's healthy. You know, he might be losing it. I don't know if he's in there hitting the water the way Tom Brady is. You know, hydration is the fastest way to, or dehydration is the fastest way to kill yourself, or something Tom Brady says. I don't know, but I don't know about all that. I don't know if that's the right quote, because there's definitely faster ways to kill yourself. But Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah.
Have you guys seen the South Park Spice Melange episode where they're trying to get Tom Brady's shit?
Oh yeah, I actually did see that one.
The Spice Melange. Oh, because Tom Brady's diet is supposedly just flawless, and that's what he credits all his success to. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers threw 85.4 passer rating, 428 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. So
a lot of yards too.
Gunslinger, man. He's starting to play like Favre in his old age.
Yeah.
Did anybody catch that that Packers game today? Packers-Bear game?
I did. I watched that one. We can talk about that one too if you'd like. This new kid in the league.
Yeah, where'd you find that kid?
He's a Facebook guy, man. These Facebook guys really bring some heat. I find him in the PS4 Madden play Facebook pages or whatever.
Man, I tuned in for like 10 minutes and he looks good. He looks really good.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple areas where the Bears should have made some adjustments. I mean, the kid was running like cover 4 and cover 2 basically the whole game. And, I mean, he didn't attack. He started to on his last couple drives, but he didn't attack the middle of the field hardly at all.
Right.
Kept trying to throw to the sidelines, and it's like, that's what's set up for him, man. You're playing right into him, and his user, yeah, he was getting a little cheesy. That Packers guy was getting a little cheesy. He was moving his linebackers up on the line of scrimmage and
he was bringing the house a few times. Yeah,
I think he was in dime coverage most of the game. I don't know, but Chicago got it going. Let's take a look at that box score here. That was our Thursday night matchup, apparently, even though it was played today.
Monday.
Yeah, but offensively, Green Bay put up 352 yards to Chicago's 179. Rush yards were pretty even. Le'Veon Bell for Chicago couldn't quite get it going. They were trying to get him involved, but he only they had 44 rush yards to Green Bay's 42. Pass yards, Green Bay put up 310, Chicago 135. First downs, pretty close. 13 for Green Bay, 10 for Chicago. Comes down to turnovers again. Take care of the ball, folks. That might be my strategy if I play Miami. I'll just take a knee on every one of my possessions. So maybe
How do you like my
need
new
me.
offense?
Yeah. take a good 2.5 minutes off the clock every time I get the ball. So, try and keep him under 40. But
it'd be like who'd the water boy play?
It's the water boy, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, that was the water boy. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I like my new offense.
Yeah. That's right. Turnovers here. Green Bay had 2 turnovers. Chicago had 6. Third down conversions. They both converted 6 times. Fourth down, Chicago got 1. Green Bay never had to go for it. Red zone offensive percentage. See, this is like Chicago got down early, 14-0 in the first quarter, but they had a shot. Green Bay got down there again, and I was in the chat. I was watching the game, and I told Green Bay, need a big stop here. Or I told Chicago, need a big stop here. And they did. They held them to a field goal, like from the 5. And at that point, Chicago had a chance, but they just couldn't get any offense going. And so Green Bay only converted on 40% of their red zone opportunities. And so they got 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. Chicago converted on 100 of theirs. and time of possession was pretty close. It was about a minute apart. So 14:29 for Green Bay, 13:31 for Chicago. And as far as stats, Jared Goff had a pretty Jared Goff-like stat line. 352 passing for 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Took 5 sacks, though. Deshaun Watson, 175, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, took 7 sacks. So Deshaun Watson was just playing sloppy. Just playing sloppy ball out there, man.
Holding the ball too long, man.
Yep.
Yep.
And Le'Veon ran only 7 times. I don't know how you have running back of that caliber on your roster and only give him the rock 7 times. So 7 times for 28 yards, 4 yards of carry.
Was he catching anything, or were they?
He got him involved in the pass game a little bit. So Le'Veon had 2 catches for 14 yards, 7 yards of carry.
Got to see more out of Le'Veon.
Yeah.
Every time he touched the ball, he was getting yards. So Chicago, if you watch this, get that man the ball.
He's gonna be putting in a trade request pretty soon, dude.
Mm-hmm. The leading receivers for Green Bay, the leading receiver for Green Bay was Dallas Goedert. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
I think it was just Goddard, right?
Goddard. Yeah.
Goddard.
He had 8 catches for 129 yards.
Ooh, utilizing the tight end. Huh?
No touchdowns, though, out of South Dakota State. Go Jackrabbits.
Just a big yards guy.
Just running those quarter routes, man.
Big time yards guy.
And he was only getting 16 a reception. I mean, that's good. Only 30.
Yeah, I mean, that's
weak.
Only 30 yards after the catch, though. So he wasn't. Lots of air yards there. Lots of air yards.
Yeah.
Yep. Allen Robinson. I saw this one. Allen Robinson almost had a drop on a bomb. Like it bounced off his hands and he double clutched it, caught it.
Oh.
So Allen Robinson had 3 for 114, 2 touchdowns. Mark Andrews had himself a game. Amari Cooper, surprisingly. Yeah, he is. That's your guy in fantasy. I know that.
Man,
yeah. Amari Cooper is surprisingly underwhelming. Just 2 catches for 56 yards, but he did get a touchdown.
Guy's a turd.
Yep.
Okay.
He missed a couple shots in the end zone. That's pretty typical of Amari Cooper, right? That guy will give you some huge games, and then he'll disappear. They'll give you a drop or something.
Cool, man.
But all in all, what's your guys' take on the league now through week 1? Pretty good. Guys are mixing it up.
Yeah, I think it's been great so far. People are staying active.
People are
out here making trades. People are competing. People are ready to go. It's nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's super into it, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Editing set. 75 players
editing shit.
the roster.
Oh,
Dude, you guys should show that. The Eagles are
guys are going crazy with that.
Oh, man.
So that's something we got to talk about. You look at
the chat too is
ahead.
going nuts about the debate.
He changed Le'Veon's number too today to his old Michigan State number 2.
Yeah, Chicago gave Le'Veon number 2. Looked pretty dope.
Cool.
It did look pretty tight.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have your swag out there.
Yeah. I'm thinking about going through giving all my guys face masks.
Yeah,
just gonna be rocking the all black unis for Arizona every day. Doesn't matter if we're home or away. That's all we wear.
Black visors, black spats,
Nice.
everything.
Murdered out. But Strauss, you're awfully quiet there. I know the week 1 loss hit you hard, but who do you got in week 2?
What game?
What? No, your game.
My game?
Yeah,
your game.
What?
Who do the Raiders got? Who are they scheduled?
Who do I got? Oh, I understand. Sorry. I got the Chiefs.
KC, okay.
Yeah.
What time you planning on playing?
I don't know. I cast the line out in the group meet chat, but no bites yet. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that game if I can.
I'd like to watch that one.
we'll
So
see.
KC, I'm looking at the box score here. Give you a little scouting report of what you got to look out for.
I already did it.
Oh, you already did. Okay, what are you watching for out of these guys?
He's got the one receiver. I think it's Goodwin. He had 8 receptions and a bunch of yards, and then he had 3 receptions to another guy, and nothing for anyone else. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Marquise Goodwin definitely looks like a major key here. He
we're
had
just
7
gonna have to handle
receptions.
Goodwin. That's it.
Yep. 7 receptions for 176 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Only 13 yards of rack. That's run after catch, if anyone's
Bombing
watching.
deep,
So
dude.
just bombs, man.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson also had 2 catches for 82 yards. Another speedster there out of Toledo, the Rockets. Jacksonville's an intriguing team. I thought they had a chance, but I have them ranked 13th. Yeah, I thought they had a pretty good roster. They got a pretty dope receiving core, which is surprising that they weren't very involved. They had DeAndre Hopkins. Get this. All right. DeAndre Hopkins, over, under. Well, I'm kind of spoiling it, but DeAndre Hopkins had 1 reception for 5 yards.
What? Only 1 reception?
How do you get that guy the ball 1 time?
Does it tell you how many targets he got?
Yeah.
That is nuts.
It should say
Horrible.
targets under his.
It doesn't.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
it doesn't tell me how many targets he had. But still, man, how do you not get that guy the ball?
Find ways to get him the ball, yeah.
Yep, 1 reception for 5 yards, 1 yard after the catch. So
He's like a what, 96 overall?
Dude, move the guy to the slot
think
or
so.
something. Just have him run slants, curls, something.
so talking about his receiving core, that's why he got ranked so high. Basically, it was because I think he's got the best receiving core in the league. Maybe not better than mine now, in terms of like ratings for his players. So he's got like DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, and Jarvis Landry as his 3. Like
Pretty solid.
all of those
Solid,
guys
yeah,
are
solid.
ranked like or rated like 84 plus or something like that. Sammy Watkins was the best. The Lizard King was the best of the bunch with 2 receptions for 48 yards. Jarvis had 4 for 40, but it's not a lot going there. Kareem Hunt, 17 carries for 50 yards for Jacksonville. James Conner, 7 carries for 43 yards for Kansas City. Deion Lewis also got involved, 6 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown. So
To rewind a little bit, I think Straws, the Oakland Raiders, I think they're due for a bounce back week this week. He lost to the number 2 power rank
Number 2.
team in all the league. Very well might be the number 1 spot next week.
Right
Yeah.
here.
I don't know. Straws, what do you think?
Well, I think I'm gonna win, of course.
okay. Well, I'm playing the Ravens. I don't think I'm gonna win. You say it as if we should all just have complete faith in our teams, but I don't know.
What's the
Yeah,
game
why do you
plan,
think
Coach?
you're gonna win, man?
What's
Well-
the game plan, Coach?
You know, I'm just eager to play, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to go in and expect to lose. I've never seen the guy play before.
Has the team had a good week of practice?
How's practice going with Tommy?
Yeah,
I
what'd
have
you
a
say to your
special-
boys after the big loss?
Oh, I didn't say nothing. They're grown men, and Tom Brady went to the locker room. And they're grown men. They went in, and
Just
they
keep
were
it
pissed
real
off as
professional.
I
I like
was.
it.
They were as pissed off as I was. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to take a step back and be like, all right, let's let them sort it out. But I will say,
Yeah.
this guy has to pay for during the draft. This Chiefs guy took 1 minute and 29 seconds on every single
Yeah,
goddamn.
make
He
the
did.
fucking pay, dude.
Even in the beginning. This is a guy I played with
Round
down
one.
there at Orange
Go to
Coast.
his homework.
Round 1. I don't know if he was like making dinner or doing something on the side. He must have been, but
Just a troll. Just
I'm
trolling.
gonna try to make him pay, and maybe he'll
He would
kick my
pick
ass.
with like
but
8 seconds left
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the
every time.
Chiefs are the big troll in the league.
Play clock every time.
Yeah, he finally messaged me about halfway through the draft before Simgate 2020, which I guess we didn't release our post-draft episode, which we're not going to, but the quality, I apologize. We got to do the podcast in this way instead of using our, $1,500 podcast studio. We got to do it here with Google Meet because of the whole quarantine thing, all that stuff. social distancing, so trying to be respectful to everyone out there. So audio, video, not the best, but it is what it is. And yeah, so Simgate 2020 happened. EA Sports, you're being put on notice. Fix your shit. We're putting all the blame on you. The world may never know what truly happened that fateful night, but all the blame's on you, EA.
What was
So,
it? Round
I think
16?
I think we're
16.
just
16.
about to 17. Yeah, we're about halfway through 16. So
It's a shame.
To
I
be
wanted
fair,
a
at
few other
that
pieces
point,
to,
your
the
team's
puzzle.
already pretty much rounded up. I mean,
yeah, 22 is all your starters, right? But so we were about 6 players away from finishing it.
starting 11 on both sides.
But
yeah.
it's made for a very active start to the season with guys trading. Been a ton of trades. We'll get into those a little later. I'll do a write-up on it this week. And yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up here for us for our week 1 recap.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys got anything else to add?
No, just keep getting after it.
Get on the
Yeah.
group me chat, Chiefs. It's time for your ass kicking.
Oh, he's calling you out, brother.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Kansas City Chiefs, I see you out there hot dogging it, and I'm calling you out.
That's right.
The cream will rise to the top. All right, y'all. That
Alrighty.
does it for our meeting here. So
That's week 1.
thanks for tuning in. And
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands
And stay safe,
before you
everybody.
touch your keyboard to type in
Wash your hands. Get your
dot
mask on.
hotgarbagesports.com/Madden. That'll take you straight to the page. Check out the blog. We got some cool write-ups, lots more coming. So stay tuned, y'all. Thanks.